New at 10 tonight, there are new developments in a 1973 Southern California cold case. Authorities have arrested the man suspected of killing 11-year-old Linda O'Keefe.
Police say they matched genealogical DNA to the suspected killer, who's now in his 70s. Tonight, News 4 Tucson's Eric Fink sits down with O'Keefe's sister, who lives right here in southern Arizona.
I never really thought this day would come. I really had pretty much thought, maybe.
For almost half a century, Cindy Borgeson wondered.
Hoping against the odds.
Her 11-year-old sister Linda was abducted and murdered in the summer of 1973 near the family home in Newport Beach. This is Linda at Cindy's high school graduation 3 weeks before that Friday afternoon in July, when Linda didn't come home from summer school.
We had dinner, and then my dad and I went looking for her. Couldn't find her. Family finally called the police.
Linda's body was found strangled to death the next morning.
She was really happy. She was an old soul.
46 years later, detectives, with the help of DNA evidence, linked 72-year-old James Neal to the crime. On Tuesday, police picked up Neal in Colorado Springs, about an hour south of Denver. He's now awaiting extradition to California.
This is the additional closure for me, that there's a person that they've arrested. But I forgave the individual a long time ago, because unforgiveness to me is like taking poison and wanting the other person to die. I couldn't carry that burden in my heart. He's not a monster to me. You know, he's a man that made a bad decision that affected my family. And I believe in justice, and that's not up to me to decide what that looks like.
Looking at old family pictures, Cindy says she's beyond thankful to get this outcome after almost 50 years.
Sometimes I think about, if this hadn't happened, what her life would be like today. She'd be 57 this year, and would she have married, had children of her own? But I don't dwell on that. That wasn't her story.
And an incredible one at that. Prosecutors in Southern California hope to put James Neal on trial, and they are seeking life in prison without the possibility of parole. Cindy says she has two questions for her sister's alleged killer. What was your motive? And do you have any remorse? I'm Eric Fink, News 4 Tucson.